Yikes.
Yikes. Hello, everybody out there in War Dragon's Land. We're going to get started in about 5 minutes. We're just making sure all of our technical things are running smoothly. Joining us today is PG Lawson. What? Twitch is live?
Yep.
Yeah. We got PG Lawson, PG RDM, and PG Galileo coming live. We're going to be talking in about 5 minutes as soon as I send out a little message to everybody in game at the last second, which I know everybody loves. While we're sitting, RDM and Lawson, why don't you ask chat some questions that they can answer?
We asked chat. Okay.
Yeah.
What is everyone's favorite season dragon? Try to be original and don't say a mythic.
What did we call ourselves last time? The Dragon Boys? I guess we all are boys. And PG Lawson at twitch.tv/ what is our Twitch URL? Should just know this off the top of my head, but sometimes I don't.
It's War Dragon's game.
War Dragon's game, okay. War Dragon's game. Yeah, perfect. We're gonna send that now. All right, everybody, we're going to get started in about 5 minutes, so take a chill pill, relax, listen to this insanely good music that I wrote myself. I lied to you just now. I didn't do that. And we will get started. RDM, why don't you tell us a little bit about your life while we're waiting? Where were you born?
Dox myself.
That's
yeah,
right.
I'm from the East Coast of the U.S. originally. And then for college, I moved to California. And I've been here for many a year. And yeah, there you go. There's a quick, brief recap of my entire life.
Your autobiography is going to be very short.
It took place in 2 places.
What was the name of your first grade teacher?
Oh, no, don't answer it.
What was your,
Don't answer it.
Car?
Lawson, give us your bios.
I don't mind going into a little more detail. I grew up in Michigan, and then my school journey took me from Chicago to Florida, and then working on War Dragons has actually been my first year for 3.5 years.
Uh-huh.
It makes me feel really old.
So refreshing to hear all of us. Okay. Refresh chat.
What's your favorite pet? Asking someone to pick a favorite pet is a horrible question, Ghostwriter.
Pick your favorite pet. I think my favorite pet, if I had to get one, would be a big bottle of Coke Zero that I would ride around. That would be my favorite
really
pet.
big.
Yeah, and
like a horse-sized bottle of Coke Zero.
Yeah, like a horse,
Or
and it
a
has
dragon.
wings. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, I see what you're saying.
All right, we're gonna go. We're gonna go faces live. All right, so now you can see Lawson, RDM, and me. We're just gonna say hi. We're gonna get started in about 4 minutes, so people have time to get here. Everybody, so good to see you all. We're back in action again. The live stream's gonna start in about 4 minutes. Right now, we're just hanging out. So if you have any personal questions for us, chat, go ahead and drop it in that chat, and we'll answer as comfortable as we can. I guess I'm gonna turn down this epic music real quick. Maybe we should get something more happy. Let's do some chip tunes. I'm in the mood for some chip tunes. Where is chip tunes? There it is. Okay, this is fine. This is fine. Chiptunes. Okay. Gal, explain your life. Somebody asks. I don't know. I was born in the south of the United States, and then I moved to the middle of the United States, and then I moved to the west of the United States. So I've gone from Georgia to Missouri to California, and I lived in Illinois for a while. Chicago. That's my entire life. There's nothing else much more to explain. All right, everybody, welcome. RDM, we're getting some love for your haircut. So why don't you tell us a little bit more about why you decided to go from Skeet Ulrich in the early 90s to a modern-day Peter Parker. Oh, my God, you look like Peter Parker.
Yeah. I actually get the Peter Parker sometimes. I used to get... oh, gosh, I can't believe I'm blanking on his name right now. But yeah, so the haircut, I actually betrayed Lacrame. We decided we were going to have COVID hair together. And then I had a friend visiting, and she cut my hair, and now he still has long, awful hair, and I don't. And so whenever we have a meeting together, he's mad at me, and I can tell. My friendship is in shambles. I
imagine if you two were in person together, your hair would reach out to each other like two long lost sea anemones.
Definitely. Yeah, a lot like Avatar. If you've seen that movie, not the Airbender.
Oh, Avatar. Yeah. I was like the M. Night Shyamalan vehicle. I don't know. No. All right. Well, he's got 2 minutes left. Does PG Gal watch anime? Sort of. I've been watching One Punch Man a lot recently, which is very funny. Gal, we are not children, dude. I didn't call you a child, so if you think that I'm treating you like a child, I'm sorry. I watch some anime. I love My Hero Academia. There's a baseball one that I used to watch called Ace of Diamond. I really love baseball, and I've been watching One Punch Man. And when I was a kid, I watched a lot more anime. I watched Lupin the Third. I watched Cowboy Bebop. I watched Trigun. I never did get into Dragon Ball Z. And I watched Pokemon. Yeah.
I've actually just started watching MHA. I've been enjoying it quite a bit.
It's so good, My Hero Academia. What does All Might say? Plus Ultra. I really want to go Plus Ultra all the time. Lawson, what are you drinking? Somebody's asking.
Water.
It's vodka. Don't let him lie to you. Lawson is a notorious drunk. How do you think the dragons become the way that they are? It's because Lawson's like, I'm going to design the house and I'm going to be on vodka. He's going to be on vodka.
Sober.
Vodka in Russian is vodka, and water in Russian is voda. So vodka is like cute water if you translate it. That's a shout out to all my Russians out there. All right, I think we're about ready to get started. Welcome, everybody. We've got about 17,000 viewers, so a lot of people here. And just why did you spit? That's believable, RDM, you jerk. That's how much RDM has faith in this game, everybody. I hope you saw that. We have about 300 viewers. Okay, it's close to 17,000. I'm not great at math. Here we go. Did any of us watch WandaVision? I loved it. Does anybody else watch WandaVision?
I am not caught up. I missed last week's, and we'll probably also miss this week's. But
okay, I thought it's great. Let's go ahead and get started. Everybody, this is the official beginning. Now we're not just goofing around. This is PG Galileo here with PG RDM and PG Lawson coming to you live from our bedrooms. And I'm coming live to you from the mid-90s, maybe the early 90s. Welcome to the Celestial Rift season launch. I'm going to turn down this music real quick because I can't hear myself talking, which is important. Oh, it went up. Ooh, is it down enough? I still want it to play. Yeah, there we go. That's good enough. So welcome to the Celestial Rift season launch stream. We're going to be going over the first 6 weeks of the season and answering your questions and telling you about all of our new Celestial Rift dragons. As some of you have figured out on the hits and tips thread, which got almost 1,000, maybe more the last time I checked, comments on it, we are dealing with an Angel and Demons season. So that's Angels and Demons from across many different cultures. So you'll see some references to sort of Western culture, and then we've got some, I think we got Jin later on. I just revealed the name of the next Waves Dragon, everybody. That's great. But I think you figured it out in the season hit and tips thread anyway. So that's what we're doing today. Again, just to give you some reminders, we're going to be discussing the dragons for the front part of the of the broadcast, and then we'll talk about the rider. We'll be talking about the individual dragons, and then at the end we'll be doing questions and answers. So if you're asking questions and answers during the stream, just remember we might not see them, so I will definitely ping you or let you know when we're going to be looking for those questions and answers. So just keep your questions saved, and because I won't see them, and I don't want to miss anybody's questions. And if we don't know an answer, we will say that instead of trying to make one up. And again, my favorite thing to say is all of the things you hear on the stream are subject to change without warning. Somebody clip that for Twitch so I can save that video and just kind of share it whenever I need to. All right, let's do it. We're going to get to the presentation. Let's make sure this works right. We're going to do that thing where I get scared whenever I change screens. So let's get there. Okay, looking pretty good so far. This is the Celestial Rift logo and the official Celestial Rift background. Let's get started. Let's do it. Oop, that's it. All right, we're looking at week 1. I have to come back to our screen here. Oop. Make sure everything's legit. There we go. Week 1, what are we looking at? Here we are. We've got, so in case anybody is curious, what are we changing about cost? There's no cost increase. We listened. We appreciated you sticking with us. So we're keeping everything the same. Thank you all for your feedback. If your feedback is please stop charging us more, we got it. We again, thank you for your feedback. Seriously, we wanted to make sure to thank you for sticking with War Dragons, especially as we go into a new year, 2021. So no cost increase. Here are our dragons and rider. I think everything. I think the from what I can tell, the season structure is almost exactly the same as last season. Almost. I don't think we have an Electrum Tower branch early on. I think that might be the only difference. Somebody else can call me out on that if I'm wrong. I might be wrong. Okay, so that's week 1. You see, Siquette is our discount dragon. Siquette is getting. Is that how you say it, Lawson? You named him.
For which one?
Siquette. Okay, so it's Siquette.
Yep. Yeah.
Siquette is the discount dragon. Siquette is getting great GPF reviews. GPF, if you're here, you can tell me if I'm lying to them or not. But that's going to be your discount dragon. We'll talk a little bit about Siquette in a little bit. And let's go ahead and go to let's see what the next week is. Week 3, all right, pulling back my screen. Week 3 is, again, sort of what you would expect from week 3. We do have another Resurrection Dragon coming in week 1.5, so that's actually a week after the first, in between week 1 and week 3, we're going to get Resurrection Dragon, and the Resurrection Dragon is, let's drum roll, it's Necrix is coming back. Necrix is a fan favorite. Necrix will be coming back as the Resurrection Dragon. I think we can talk a little bit about right now. Token boost down on week 1. I'm pretty sure there might be. I'll look that up for you. Somebody asked. Sorry, Maris. Let's talk a little bit about Necrix while we're on the topic. Did we make any changes to Necrix that we should talk about right now?
I'll take this one. So we want to keep the dragons that we resurrect playing and feeling similar to how they originally were. This isn't like a 2.0 reboot of Necrix where he's going to have all new updated spells and abilities and be like mythic power level. You're going to get very close to the same Necrix that was available, 3 years ago now? There's only going to be probably, since none of this is set in stone yet, we're still testing and iterating on it, but there will probably be very, very small changes to the original kit when it goes live.
Okay. Everybody seems to be super pumped. Now, Necrix, of course, Resurrection Dragons, just so everybody's aware, they're not really meant for in-game players. Of course, in-game players can get them if they want to collect the dragons. That's never the purpose of creating a Resurrection Dragon. It's more or less for players that are not super in-game but still want to have an old dragon and to use an old dragon because they've heard about it. Necrix is meant for, I guess, for mid-level players, would you say? Is that sort of our design intent?
I would say that he's going to fall somewhere around the strength of a legendary dragon at all levels of play. So you can still use him, even at the end game, as much as you would use another legendary that's not named Krelos. But you know, he's still good. He'll still be useful for everyone, but maybe not as powerful as a mythic if you're looking to win some wars and stuff like that.
Nice. Okay, that's good. Everybody keep that in mind when you're looking at those resurrection dragons. All right. Did I pop? Did you hear me pop? It's not a beer. It's a Coke Zero, everybody. I don't want you to think I'm drinking on stream like Lawson, who's a lush. Let's go ahead. Artyom, what are you drinking?
Water.
Yeah, right. You guys are liars. All right, here we go. Hold on. All right, week 6 is here. Let me pull back into the screen. Sorry, everybody. It takes a little second for me to get back into these screens. Okay, so here we go. Nothing really surprising here, I don't think. So just take a look at that again. No real... No changes, really. It's basically the same. So that's week 6. We don't have any lines to talk about just yet, but there might be one coming up around that time. I'm not going to commit to anything right now. But that's basically the first 6 weeks of the season. Let's go ahead and get into our dragones, which I believe is how you say that in no language at all. So hold on. All right, we've got... Lawson, I don't want to screw it up again. Is it Aethera or Aethera?
I say Aethera.
Oh, geez, I got both of them. I didn't get either of those pronunciations right. How do you say it?
Aethera.
Aethera. All right. Aethera is our first dragon. Look at how beautiful it is. I love the ice. I love the gold. And clearly Aethera... God, I'm going to mess this up the entire time. Clearly Aethera is one of the angels... One of the light side, I guess you would say. So let's hear some thoughts on Aethera. What do we got? Artyom?
The artwork is beautiful. I think this dragon has really cool lore as like kind of the watcher of the Celestials. Oh. So you should read that when you can on the blog in the future. Very interesting, cool stuff. Also, these kits for a lot of these dragons are really interesting. They're like super cool, really fun to play. I'm sure Lawson will go over them with you soon.
All right, so Lawson, what do we think about Aethera?
So I think before we get into the dragons and specifics, we don't really know a ton about the Celestials. We saw 3 Celestial mythics way back in, I'm going to misquote the tier and say Harbinger. It's probably wrong. It's likely Vanguard. Where,
I believe it's pronounced Harbinger. Go ahead. It wasn't worth the joke. I'm sorry.
Where Lucian, Archon, and Seraph released, they are 3. Well, 2 of them are angelic dragons, very similar to the celestial dragons we'll be seeing this season. The story behind the season itself is some of the celestial dragons and some of the celestial beings that live in the same location disagree with the Celestials' desire to just kind of hang out in the clouds and not interfere with the world too much. And they got their hands on some evil magical artifacts. And there's now a conflict between the two. And I quit. We can move on to the spell kit for Aethera because no one needs any,
I was enjoying. Lawson, I was engrossed. I was engrossed. You're a great storyteller. I felt like I was listening to the audiobook of Lord of the Rings done by the BBC. All right, here's Aethera. We got a legendary ice sorcerer, and here is Adolata, the portrait for Aethera, who looks really cool. Oh, we're getting that sort of... Venus had this sort of thin gossamer strand design going around her head as well, and I really enjoy it. It must be the same artist, but I really enjoy that look. It's my personal aesthetic, which obviously everybody cares about. So here we go. That's Adolata. That's a 3-tiered portrait, just like we always get. Legendary Ice Sorcerer. Let's move into the kit. All right, we're here in the kit. All right, let's hear about it. What should we expect from Aethera?
So Aethera's main ability is Watcher's Shroud, which is a cloak in which you can attack and cast your spells. The plan for Aethera is, provided you can deal with blue mage towers, the dragon can spend most of its time invisible. Casting is, so like, you can use your cloak and then use Glacial Spike to destroy a blue mage tower so it won't cancel your cloak. And then you also have Warning Beacon, which is a healing mark that also gives you rage, also very good to proc with Glacial Spike. And then this dragon is the original Frostbite, but we actually updated the params for the debuff. So dragons that already have Frostbite, there aren't many, but those with all dragons with Frostbite will be getting this the stronger version of Frostbite. And if there is I don't want to say if there is a setup dragon because it can definitely parts of the base, but it's not going to have the same damage output of a normal dragon where you're going to be able to just kill everything by yourself. The dragon will definitely be able to survive through the base and destroy most of it, but it's probably not going to be strong enough to clear everything by itself. And that, given the fact that it can spend most of the battle invisible and cast a white death gaze every 4 seconds, it seems like a good trade-off.
Okay. RDM, how do you feel about Aethera?
I think this dragon's super cool. It feels like a scout, I would say. Like it plays like you're kind of playing a scout. You go in there, you stay invisible as long as possible, you put down healing tokens, you snipe out high priority targets with your glacial spike, and then you can set up debuffs on all the towers with your breath attack. It's a really fun play style. And it's kind of a thing we haven't done with a sorcerer, to my knowledge, in a while. So I think it's super cool. It's kind of like a hunter scout sorcerer.
Okay. All right, I like hearing all those new things. All right, let's move on to the next dragon, who I think is Siquette. Oh, nope, I forgot I added this time. We're looking at the runes and glyphs for Aethera. Not much to say here. Check it out. Check it out. Okay, Siquette. Again, I will make this deck available to the forums sometime after the stream. Okay, this is Siquette, who looks super cool. One thing I will say that I don't really say very often is that the in-game model for Siquette looks better than the art. And the art looks incredible, by the way. But the in-game model is very cool. Whoever the 3D rigger for that is did a wonderful job. It's really beautiful. Okay, Siquette is one of our sort of demonic our demonic flyboys. So let's go ahead and talk about what happens when we see Siquette for the first time. Lawson, you saw this big red beastie. How did it feel?
I honestly wanted every single dragon to be a mythic this season just because they all look so good. This is definitely one of the most unique dragons we've done. I love the really vivid red with the white contrast. It's just very in a game where all of our dragons actually look pretty unique, I think Siquette stands out particularly well.
I totally agree. RDM?
The model for this guy looks magnificent. The art's super cool. I feel like, once again, I'm going to talk to you a bit about lore here. You should read it when we put it out there. Really cool story about what this guy's up to. I won't spoil it, but amazing looking dragon. I agree with Lawson that it's really hard to pick out which one looks mythic-y because they all look so good.
I agree. I thought Siquette was a mythic when I saw the artwork before everything got added to Siquette. One of the other things I like about the season so far, and I see other people getting pretty pumped about it, he does have an axe face. That's right, Ghost Rider. Axe face, by the way. I didn't say a different word. One of the things I love about the dragons this season is that we're sort of getting back to a fantastical fantasy element. We've had a couple of seasons where maybe not a couple of seasons, but we've had a sort of sci-fi element for a while, which I like actually. But this seems like we're getting back to sort of some of the game's origins and its starting point. What do you think about that?
I mean, last season I just had the space cube from Portal stuck in my head anytime I looked at the dragons. So, well, that's not necessarily a bad thing. It was pretty out there. Get it? Space.
Oh no! He did not. Oh, that's a good joke. All right. We've got Siquette, he's a Dark Warrior, and we've got Orbis. By the way, ugly portrait in a good way. I think Orbis doesn't look like a lot of our riders. He's a thick boy, and I like that. I like a good thick boy. He's got this cool helmet going on. I think Orbis is probably one of the cooler. He reminds me of the demons from the movie Hellraiser. That's what he reminds me of. I love Orbis, by the way. I love that sort of direction where we're trying to have different looking avatars. Portraits. Yeah. Next, here we go. We're looking at the spell kit. Let's go through it. Siquette, tell us about him.
So, the first thing that's neat about Siquette is that it is a warrior with the Death Gaze in Claw of Carnix. It's a fairly standard Death Gaze, but warriors don't get too many free target spells. We've tried a couple that have freeze. I believe one that with Chain Lightning. But we haven't seen one with a proper Death Gaze in quite some time. That definitely adds a level of decision-making that warriors don't typically have. The Death Gaze plus destroy the colored mage tower to access your colored spell is a tried-and-true combination that plays really well here. The dragon has 2 powerful colored spells. Ring of Torment is a Nova-style AoE blast that also heals you and makes you invincible. And then bringing back Bloodlust for the instantly get back rage, plus just get health back whenever you get a tower. It's probably like main offensive and defensive spell is Seething Chains, which is a freeze style roar that interacts with midair projectiles and also causes towers to take increased damage, which is going to be really good for making both your breath attack and your Ring of Torment damage stronger. Additionally, Siquette's going to be able to tack up quite effectively. It has the invincibility, which is always useful, and then the damage debuff from Seething Chains combined with Claw of Carnix is going to make its Death Gaze particularly strong.
Now, did we name Claw of Carnix after the old PG employee?
No, the PG employee is named after our villain. Yeah,
oh.
For those of you who remember, PG Carnix was our fabulous art director, who has since moved on to other projects. But he and some of the early writers came up with the idea of Carnix, the cool necromancer that I believe is still available as a portrait somehow or somewhere, or maybe as a limited time portrait. But the idea is with this dragon and the other seasonal mythic demon is that they got a hold of these artifacts of Carnix that the Celestials were guarding. They were keeping them locked in like a vault somewhere. And in order to help facilitate their rebellion, they grabbed these super evil artifacts, which give the dragons the evil name.
Okay. I love it. Carnix is also like a cool sounding villain name. Carnix, it's going to eat your soul. Love that. RDM, what do you think about Siquette?
Siquette is really interesting to play for a warrior. I feel like most of the time when I play a warrior, I'm more focused on my breath attacks. But when I play Siquette, I feel like I'm kind of tossing out spells left and right, which is pretty cool feel for a warrior. Especially with Seething Chains, it makes my breath attack powerful, but I don't feel like I'm just spending most of my time with like my finger pressed down trying to burn a building down with my breath attack. I got my one shot, I got my Seething Chains, I got my Bloodlust going. So yeah, super fun to play. Really interesting, unique warrior design. I think it's gonna be a fan favorite for sure. Yeah.
I will say that RDM's breath attack is strong. Gotcha! Everybody at home, send me $5 if you like that joke. I don't do this for free. All right, let's go. Next dragon. Sorry about the giveaway. There's no giveaways. We're giving away all this information for free.
Moobot's drunk.
I always forget about Moobot.
You gotta put Moobot down, man.
I kind of like it. I think he's funny, but he's not it. All right, here's Siquette's runes and glyphs. The epic rune, legendary rune, and mythic glyph of Scorn. Scorn. Okay, that's just all right. Anyways, here's sorry, I got really into that. Zuul. That's how we say it, right?
Yes.
Now imagine if you were like, no, it's Exul. I'd have been like, I hate you. I don't like you anymore. Zuul is dope. So Zuul is kind of confusing because what is going on with its face? I remember looking at it. I'm like, did it melt into sort of I don't know, some sort of pudding? I don't know. So if you look closely at Zuul, I think I mentioned this on the forum, but Zuul's eyeball, its right eyeball, is on the right side of its head. And you can't see the left eyeball, but the round ball is the eyeball. So imagine Zuul's a mosquito looking directly at the camera. It's more obvious when the model is flying. I should have done something. So yeah, we got a mosquito boy up in here. Let's also Zuul's got some pretty good earrings going on. I like a good earring on a dragon. All right, let's talk about Zuul. RDM, what do you think about Zuul?
Fabulous statement accessories for sure.
Mm-hmm.
This guy knows how to shop. Mm-hmm. I think this design is super cool. I think it's nice that he's not like red demon kind of guy, and he's got a lot of different colors, but you can still kind of tell that he's in opposition to the Celestials. Zuul's another character that has really great lore, as far as, you know, he's one of those characters that believed really strongly in the Celestials, and then they didn't follow through on all these promises they have been making, and so he acts out of more of like a broken heart or feeling betrayed. Really good story. Read the lore. It's awesome.
Story of my life.
I haven't read the lore.
We'll be up later.
I haven't checked out Lacrima's work yet.
Yeah.
No.
Maybe I'm just kissing up because so he doesn't hate me about getting my hair cut. We'll see.
Lacrime's watching and he's like, yes, talk more about the lore. You know, that's how Lacrime sounds, by the way. He's like Emperor Palpatine, but like 200 years younger. You will be young Jedi. That's how he sounds. Okay, let's move on, I guess. This is dope music for Zuul. All right, Zuul is a mythic fire hunter. Let's keep moving on. All right, we're at the spell kit. Everybody wants to see it. Okay, let's talk about it. Lawson, give us the rundown.
Sure. So we're going to work probably not bottom to top, but we're going to talk about the bottom ability first. But his main claim to fame spell is Tome of Carnix, which is to some a carpal tunnel spell, and to others a really fun spell where he basically gets infinite ammo for a short duration. All of Zuul's abilities help make this period of infinite ammo better. Soul Siphon gives you health and rage back whenever you destroy towers. And then Dark Triumph is the dragon's cloak that is also its damaging ability. The first cast is a simple dodge, briefly, cloak, and then uncloak and damage towers. And then the second cast of the spell is Torrent of Ruin, which gives the dragon massively increased breath damage. Tome of Carnix doesn't reduce your breath damage, and Torrent of Ruin will stack with the infinite ammo and Soul Siphon. So you can have all three of those abilities active at the same time, and you're going to have a bunch of unlimited ammo, supercharged attacks that give you health and rage back whenever you destroy stuff. There's not a lot of defense in the kit. You have your cloak that you can't cast too frequently because you have to alternate between the cloak and the damage bonus. It actually plays fairly similarly to Lucian in the Empyrean tier, which is where the Celestial Dragons were from. Its main form of defense is another offensive spell, Smothering Revelation, which is a freeze. It is a 4-second freeze with no cooldown. So you can freeze a lot of stuff if you have the rage to do so. Mostly you're going to be looking to freeze mage towers and crystal howitzers. You can snipe the projectiles midair, and also freezing dark flak and ice flak towers, because the dark flak stun or the ice flak silence is really going to wreck this dragon if it's able to disable you while you have multiple of these duration spells active at the same time.
Okay. Now, RDM, did you play Zuul?
I played Zuul a little bit. I am definitely not experienced enough to be very good at him. I feel like he takes a little bit of learning. I do like shooting a ton of breath projectiles, though. Big fan of Mordred for the same kind of super shooty breath attack action. I felt like Zuul seems like the skill cap is high. Like if you practice this dragon, you can do amazing stuff with it. I'm not there personally. Hopefully I'll get there. Doesn't seem like he's anywhere near Calivore levels of difficulty, but don't know if I can give you a proper skill evaluation because I definitely don't have the practice necessary to be a master of the Zuul.
I think everybody in the game is aware that I am the best flyer in the game, so if you want some private lessons, I will give them to you, assuming you have a breath mint before we meet, because your breath attack is strong. Just kidding. Hi, Dad. Some dad showed up. Happy to see you again. Hi, everybody that I didn't say hi to. What else we got in here? All right, I see a bunch of people. Sorry for not speaking Spanish for those of our Spanish viewers. No hablo español, so lo siento para mi lenguas. Okay. I wish I spoke better Spanish. Does anybody here speak Spanish, Lawson, RDM?
Decently.
Woo!
Why?
We just have some YouTubers that are like, "Why aren't you speaking in Spanish?" And they're right. I don't know. I wish we could do both. All right, so we're moving on. Lawson, if you want to speak Spanish to folks, you can do it in the chat. Here's Zuul's glyphs. He is Epic Rune of Calamity. All right. Oh, there's a great Run the Jewel song with Calamity in it that gets stuck in my head every time I hear the word. Oh, this is my favorite. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. I love Sirathram. God, why did you name... Can you just give it a name like Bob? Okay? Bob the Dragon. All right. How do you say it? Sirathram?
Sirathram.
Sirathram? Okay. Sirathram is my favorite looking dragon in the game, replacing Quasar, I think was my favorite last dragon. Who was the one that was before that?
Your love affairs are brief, Galileo.
Marav. I totally even forgot Marav's name. I was like, who was my favorite dragon? Sirathram is my new favorite looking dragon. It's awesome. It kind of looks like a puppy. It looks like a big old puppy angel wolf dragon. And maybe / rhinoceros. Okay, Sirathram, what do we think about it? I gave my thoughts already. Let's hear about it.
I think this dragon's super handsome.
Yes!
Very... The color scheme and the pose, and I don't know. It looks cuddly.
Okay.
You know, he's definitely not.
Yeah, he looks heroic. You know, looks strong, muscular, and like loyal. Because I think you already drew the reference to like a wolf or a dog. You know, he just seems like a strong, loyal companion. Definitely everything that you want in a dragon. Strong,
muscular. Everything you want in a dragon. I think that it surprises nobody that this dragon's design was based off of me. So just so you know, if you ever can't say Sirathram or you want to rename Sirathram in your game, you can call it Galileo and nobody would be surprised. Okay, let's move on. Sirathram is an Earth warrior. All right, now we're at the spell kit. Let's learn about him. Lawson, you're up.
So, the most interesting ability on Sirathram is Glorious Charge, despite it having the least amount of text. In short, Sirathram teleports forward, similarly to
Morales? Yeah.
Random, legendary lineage dragon from Abyssal, I want to say. Abyssal. And also, it's like UVS, but you can't go backwards. So this ability, quite simple. You can use it to spend less time hanging out in between islands to increase your clear. Though the dragon's main damaging spell is Lay Waste, which is a explosive shield with a very brief fuse. And the gameplay, I don't want to call it a gimmick, but combo here is you can activate Lay Waste and then Glorious Charge to teleport forward, and then the shield will detonate right away. So you can kind of like charge in and damage the towers right when the battle begins. It also has Divine Judgment, which is just a massive breath damage steroid. Plays similarly to Lockjaw in that the duration is very short, but the damage is very high, so you can really only kill like 1 or 2 towers per cast, but it has no cooldown, so you can keep it active as long as you have the rage for it. For defense, it has the 2-stage spell Celestial Protection, which alternates between Endure Evil, which is a Deflecting Gale style dodge, It's a small amount of damage, but it's mostly there for blocking Mage Tower super shots and Crystal Howitzers and other projectiles. After casting Endure Evil, Cleansing Burst becomes available, which is a spell that freezes towers and debuffs them to take increased damage, very similarly to Siquette's Seething Chains, actually. Because this dragon is so much like AoE damage, the amplification is much lower, but Cleansing Burst debuff is going to interact with all the dragon spells. It's going to make Waste Explosion do more damage, the Breath Attack is going to do more damage, and the damage from Endure Evil is also going to do more damage. So the main decision is, do you want to use Glorious Charge or its combo attack to help you clear more consistently, or do you use Glorious Charge to skip the between islands to just net a faster clear time overall? We like the idea of a dragon having some speed into its kit, but rather than Krelos, who there's not really a choice, you just always want to go fast, Sirathram has to choose between faster clear or better clear. And I think that's really interesting.
Now, RDM, did you get to play Galileo? I mean, Sirathram?
Yeah, I did. I had a ton of fun. All I wanted to do was turn on Lay Waste and just Glorious Charge over and over into everything. Not the most successful strategy, but definitely the most fun strategy. The problem is that darn 12-second cooldown on Glorious Charge. If it were like 2 seconds and I could just spam it, that would be the best dragon. We'll have to work on that design for next time. But
I don't think I've ever seen a 12-second cooldown
before. It's a dragon that it teleports forward like 5,000 units and just flies to the end of the map right away.
Perfect.
And then just explodes everything in the entire base.
It's a novelty dragon.
Afterwards. Yeah.
Is 12-second cooldown correct, or did I write that wrong?
That's correct.
Okay. I've never seen a cooldown that big before, okay? All right, let's see what's next. Then Sirathram. The judgments. There we go. Oh, now we get Zefon. Reminds me of Warren Zevon, who wrote Werewolves of London, one of my favorite songs. Oh, Werewolves of London. Okay, this is Zefon. He is our new offensive rider for the season, Wave 1. Looks pretty sick. What does it remind you of? There's a lot of characters that kind of pop into mind. What are we thinking? Artie.
Characters that he reminds me of.
Or figures.
That's tough. For me, this is a really unique looking design. I don't know if anything comes to mind. I guess I could say like Spider-Gwen when I look at their hood over like their white mask kind
You're
of
right.
thing.
It's got the same color scheme.
But yeah, I was wowed by this. I thought this was a really cool, really unique looking rider.
It does look super cool. Lawson?
I mean, I am biased in that I know a specific art style we referenced when we were trying to figure out what we wanted the Celestials to look like in the season.
Ooh, secrets, tell us.
Secrets, Steve. No.
Oh, all right then. Keep your secrets. I think that it looks like... What's the floaty fellow's name from Overwatch?
Oh, Zenyatta.
Yeah. That's what reminds me of. A little Zenyatta. Somebody in the chat mentioned...
Is that the pose, though?
It's the
Zenyatta
pose...
floats with his crossed legs.
Yeah, but also like the golden... So there's like a golden ball motif that's happening on Zefon. Also, Ghost Rider mentioned that it looks like the handball dude from Pan's Labyrinth, which is actually what I thought when I first saw it as well.
Yeah, especially in the first form.
Yeah, in the first form specifically. Yeah, I really love this. This might be my favorite rider portrait that I've seen so far. Although I did like Venus quite a bit. All right, let's look at Zefon's. Oh, I actually put the entire table this time. Okay, so take a look at it, everybody. Obviously, you don't have to focus on this right now. But that is Zefon's skills. Offensive rider, as I mentioned. Does all those things for your Hunter and Warrior dragons. And then, of course, Zefon is Earth, Dark, Ice. I think that's all I've got. Yeah, that's it. All right, we're going to go back. Okay, that's the season.
For now.
get our faces back up here. That's what we got. I've got some more information about the makeup of the season, so open your ears and take notes. I asked the season designer this time to give us a sort of a full breakdown, so I'm going to read it out to you. This season, Legendary Dragon branches require 37.5 sigils to complete each line. We've already seen that. The Resurrection Dragon branch will require 37.5 total sigils to complete. The Festive Dragon branch will require 18.5 total sigils. We didn't see that, but just so you know, 18.5 total sigils to complete. What else do we have here? I'm trying to give some good information that normally people ask. Similar to previous seasons, players will have a choice-based prize where gold chests are typically found in a branch. Just like Dragon Riding Crafting Charge, players will now have a choice of what resources to collect from certain prizes. I think this is normal. Okay, what else do we have? Branches and boosts for this season. Again, this will all be in the blog post, so don't worry if you're not catching it right now. I know I speak quickly. Limited time branches will make a return in the Celestial Rift season. The branches will focus on a variety of resources, and at least one branch will appear throughout the season for 1 week at a time. After the week duration has expired, the branch will disappear, and the prizes in them cannot be claimed further. This is pretty normal. I think we're all used to it. Be sure to claim them while they're available. Limited branches themselves will be much shorter and cost fewer sigils than their legendary branch counterparts, and they will feature a multitude of items to help you on your War Dragons journey. More information about these branches will be announced when they become available. We'll try to keep you guys up to date. Okay, we'll keep you all up to date. I think that's it. I think that's all we've got for a presentation. I don't have any more information, so I guess we can go to the question and answer section. We have about 15 minutes, everybody. Let's go! Let's do it. We're going to get started. Speak faster, LOL. I can do it. Nobody likes that, though. Everybody's like, can you please slow down? Please eat a hot pepper. Okay. War Dragons game. Which lines will be discounted? I think we shared that earlier. I don't remember off the top. Do you remember? Siquette? And yeah, right? And there's going to be a resource boost on the Resurrection Dragon. And then it's just the same as last season, basically. So I don't think we changed anything. But those are all the lines. Okay. What else? Resurrection Branch. Yes, we'll have Necrix coming back in case you're just joining us now. Necrix is coming back on week 1.5, so I think that's the second week of the season. Okay. 10 sigils, still no key. I don't know what that's asking. When does the Orrery line come out? Is anything changing about the tower? Do we know? Do we know this answer?
I don't think we know yet.
Okay, we don't know yet. Go ahead, Lawson.
I just said no.
Okay, just as a reminder, we have community here, so if you want to ask about general community stuff or game stuff, I can answer that. Lawson and RDM designed the towers. We do not have here economy people. We don't have live events people. We don't have season designers. I have some information from season designer, but your best bet will be stick to questions about dragons, towers, and general community stuff. If you have any questions about that, so that's going to be our strengths. We'll try to answer as much as we can, but just as a reminder. Okay, will we be able to trade in keys? Yeah, there will be a sigil. Was it? Yeah, sigil key trade in for the first 2 weeks of the season for not sigil key, eclipse key trade in for the first 2 weeks of the season, I believe. When are we getting a Caligos spotlight? I will be uploading. Yeah, good question. I will be uploading the Arcanum tier spotlights probably today or tomorrow. So that's when those spotlights will go up. Should I ask all my questions about Atlas? Probably not, Ghost Rider. I don't want to answer any of them. I don't know the answers. Can we see the spotlights? We don't have the spotlights ready yet, but they will be available early next week. Also, somebody... Gal lost weight? Yes, I did. Thank you. I lost a lot of weight. It's because I've been really stressed out, so it's not because I'm doing something healthy. It's just I stopped eating. It's not healthy. Don't follow my diet. But yes, I did. That's so nice. Although if weight is not important, you should be happy with who you are no matter what. Be healthy. Have fun. Okay. What was I saying? One thing I forgot to update everybody on, I didn't write down, but I will tell you now, there was a question about whether or not the Draconic branch and the Draconic chest and the festive branch will be changed. So I have the economy people working on that. I have them doing it. They answer to me. No, they're working on that, and they say that they need 1 more week's worth of data, and I will be giving those changes to you on Monday, I hope. We said we would tell you before the season starts. It looks like it's going to be a last minute thing, but they're still getting data that they need. Why am I teamless? I'm not teamless. Oh, unless I was kicked out of We Live for Gold. Oh no, I haven't been active in a while. Sorry, We Live for Gold. Hopefully you'll let me back in. So now I'm teamless right now. That's really sad. Oh my gosh, I'm no longer a pirate. That means I'm a free agent. By the way, I don't play, so you probably don't want me on your team unless you just like having a mascot. Okay, what else do we have? Will there be any changes made to Key Exchange branch? Any additions? I don't know, Jalen. I will ask. I don't think so. Can you flash Zuul's spells again? We're going to go back to Zuul's spells. Yeah, there's Zuul's spells for somebody who wanted to see them. We're going to keep answering questions. Hold on, got to pull back up my thing. All right, bring back KW inactivity. Inactivity, that is correct. Envy, thank you. We live for. Well, I don't know if I should say that because he's faction. Can you flash Zuul's? Is there a reason we have so many repeat dragon elements combos as Eclipse? Why another fire mythic? All right, why do we do that?
The art for Zuul came in quite early, and given the background for the dragon, and it was literally standing on a volcano, we did not feel it appropriate to make it an ice dragon. We are aware that we've seen a number of fire mythics. We saw How To back in summer, then Quasar in winter, and now we have Zuul. We had been overdue for some fire mythics, because particularly before How To, it had been a very long time. I actually don't think we saw a single mythic fire hunter before How To, at least in all of any of the season dragons that I have made. So I think in the long term, having a couple that are kind of close together isn't going to be that bad. Obviously, we're not going to see some fire mythics for a while, and particularly we're not going to be seeing fire hunters for quite some time. Yeah, I think that about covers it.
Okay, so there's the answer. Zuul looked fiery, too fiery to call something else. All right, let's see. Will Draconic Chests be available at the start of the season, Blackfire? I don't know. I don't know the answer. I think that they will be, but I don't know for sure. I'll ask later. Let's see what else. Hold on, I'm trying to follow the questions here. Anybody can help? Somebody wrote "pretty girl." I don't know.
Thank you.
Oh, RDM. That's so funny. Okay, wow. We got some jokesters. Somebody one of the team members is watching the stream and just told me that Draconic Chest will be available at the start of next season. Hello, PG Neon. We miss you. Lawson is on vodka. That's correct. I guess we should introduce ourselves again. I'm Galileo.
I'm RDM. Hello.
Oh, is disorientation is straight. You're pointing at me. I'm PG Lawson.
Okay, that's who everybody is. Any chance for a new Dark Hunter?
Wasn't Calibor dark?
I think so.
We just had.
had.
Y'all are annoyed that we have two fire hunters so close together, and you ask for another Dark Hunter, even though we had one in fall.
Okay, so we have Dark Hunters. We should make a new element. By the way, let's just think about what it would be. So, hey, chat. I like how I talk to them. I'm like, hey, chat. Hey, guys. Hey, y'all, chat. Come up with what's our next element? Is it tacos? A taco hunter would be cool. Shout out to Taco. Shout out to Taco, who is yeah, that'd be so funny. Our one of our Creators Faction members. Also, by the way, just a big shout out to Creators Faction for pumping out so much great content. They're really helping you all prepare for dragons, figure out who you want to get. I think we should probably start a new thread giving all the Creators Factions link. Maybe I'll do that today. And again, big shout out. I think everybody's pretty excited about the dragons this season. Big shout out to the GPF for really coming through and being excellent representatives for the community. And again, thank you for the community at large for being so feedback full on the forums. Just we need it. Okay, let's see who else. It could taco dragons. There's a dragon new element. Oh, that was a joke, by the way. There's not going to be a taco element. Sorry. Somebody was like, really? And I'm like, no. Somebody said that they would poop on the base instead of fire. All right, if you're going to the bathroom after you're eating tacos, you're not eating the right tacos. What changes get neck? Oh, I don't know what that means. I don't think that. I don't.
Necrix.
Oh, well, Necrix get changes.
Oh, yeah. Good.
We answered this a little bit earlier. We haven't finalized the spell kit for Necrix, but we're looking to make as few changes as possible and keep the dragon to fly the same as it did on its original release. As similar to its original release as possible. So.
Gaia1212 writes, we don't need taco. We already have wind. That's a good joke. It's not a beer. It's a Coke Zero. Filled with beer. Lawson, drink more water. RDM, drink more water. Yeah, dude, I drink a lot of sodas. I'm very tired. I have mice in my apartment, so I've been up listening to mice. That's a little look into my personal life that you probably didn't need. But I'm having a mice problem. An electric element would be cool. We don't have a water element? I guess we don't. I guess ice, when it melts, becomes water. That's true. That's a scientific fact. Okay, what else do we have? Let's get some more questions. What did I do again? Potato element? All right. Ooh, Coke. Carver, can we just... It's good. Yeah, mice are gross. If you have mice in your apartment, take care of them. They carry diseases. Bad ones. Are the other branches... Bryce, what are you asking? Dr. Pepper is good. As I call him, Dr. Pepper, PhD. It's redundant. No, these are not questions. Somebody asked, PG Lawson, any other discount except Siquette? This season we had 3 discounts, I think. I think we answered that already. There will at least be 2 discounts, and there's going to be discounts. There's a resource boost and a discount, right? We'll answer that later. We don't know the answer off the top of our heads. I don't want to give any false. There's a base boost, yes, just like last season. The structure for this season is very much like the last season. I don't really think there's much difference except for the Electrum Tower branch not being available immediately. And I might not even be remembering that correctly. Yes, there's an exterminator coming, and they came today while the stream was happening, so my roommate took care of that. When do you plan on fixing the 12-second cooldown for the Mythic Warrior? Is it broken?
No.
No. Okay, we're not fixing something that's not broken. Sunscorched Season did have a lot of discounts. Sunscorched Season was extra cheap. It was unusually cheap in terms of discounts. Galileo, is there any way you can change Zuul's element to ice even though its theme is fire? No, we're not going to be doing that. Although I know that's popular. Sorry for that answer. I know it's not everybody's going to want that. Next season, can we have 2 discounts, please, like Sunscorch? Okay, so everybody, when a change is made, this is going to be a bigger conversation, but when a change is made to something like when we have Sunscorch, what people don't remember is that, or don't think about is there's an equal, and we have to keep things balanced. So if something is cheap at one point, something else might become more expensive. Just keep that in mind because we have to maintain a balance. I don't want to get too deep into the economy here, but when you're asking about making things really cheap, what you're also asking for is something else to become more expensive. Something good to think about. Gal, join our team when you hit 600. Okay, I can hit 600 today if I want. Ha ha! Everybody hates that answer. I'm not going to do that. Don't worry about it. Resurrect Chunk. Ooh, I would love a good Chunk bring back. That'd be fun. Was Chunk a mythic? What was Chunk?
No, he was a purple dragon.
Oh, I do have Chunk. Oh, we don't need to resurrect Chunk. He's already alive. Okay. No change this season and more expensive next season. I don't know, Ducks. That might be true. Taco dragons, we want them. Okay, Poseidon, let's... Chunk is a mythic. He's a myth. I don't know if he's mythic. Chunk was an epic blue warrior. Okay, I don't see any more questions. Craftable Rider Shards, I believe it was Dark, Ice, and Earth. Trixie?
Looks like Gentleman with a 4 asked about Ballistae. Do we have any planned changes for them, or will they be updated? I think that's a really cool question. We don't have any changes planned now, but that's something for us to think about. I won't say that there won't ever be changes. I think that they're a cool idea and that status effects are fun and interesting. and it's fun to design spells that counter prominent status effects. So I think there could be a future where we see something like that, but we definitely don't have any plans right now.
Okay, somebody asked, will we have an Electrum branch at the beginning of the season? Not the beginning, no. Emleaf from YouTube. So to confirm, this new season will mirror the current season as far as lines and costs. Autumn Dreamer, that does look like it's the case so far, yes. Can you show us the new dragon, please? Yeah, okay. I'm going to go through all the dragons again. At first I was like, I don't think so. But I guess I will. All right, just going back through. This is Aethera. We have Siquette. We have Zuul. And Sirathram. All right. I'm going to keep the picture of Sirathram since he's my favorite.
I don't think the stream saw any of that.
No?
Can we get a redo?
I was on the wrong thing. Everybody was like, what is he talking about? I'm sorry, everybody. Hold on, let me go back. Okay. All right, thank you very much.
There we go.
There we go. You can see now. All right, here's Aethera. That's so funny. People were like, what's he looking at? I just want it myself. Okay, Siquette. Nobody talks like that, by the way. Oh, I love Siquette. Look at this. Oh, it's so cool. Okay. Zuul, Mythic, and Sirathram, the Mythic. And let's go see the writers again. There's Zefon. Sounds like Stefan. Zefon. And then we have the portrait for Siquette is Orbis. Is our thick boy. And Adelada. Where did that name come from? Adelada looks cool.
Yeah, cool name.
Yeah, it's a cool name.
Like it.
All right, we're going to stay on Sirathram then. Let me go back to the stream. Sorry, everybody. It takes a little seconds to navigate. Okay, we're back. So there we go. Those are the dragons. All right, what else do we have? He's Orbis because he's an orb. Correct. All right, I think we're probably done. I think that's probably the end of the stream. Everybody, thank you for joining us today. I think we've answered all the questions so far. I will make the deck available. The deck is what we just looked at, the presentation. On the forums after this, I'll make a thread for Science usually it makes a thread with all the notes. I'll put this in there. I think we're done. Everybody say goodbye. All right. RDM, what are you most excited for in life right now? Give us one thing.
Oh gosh, I'm most excited for in all of life. Well, I like pizza.
Okay, thank you,
RDM.
That's enough. We've heard enough. All right, Lawson, what are you excited about?
The weather's stopped being so rainy, so I can go on more walks, which I really appreciate.
Okay, I am excited for seeing all the players enjoy the new season. That's the only thing I have to look forward to in life. I'm pretty boring. I'm chained to this chair. Somebody help me. I'm blinking twice. I'm a prisoner in my own home. Okay? Send help. Everybody, thank you again for joining us. Take part in the contest for this season. Go on the forums, check it out. If you don't go on the forums normally, we'd love to have you there. If you're there to say nice things, if you're there to complain or give feedback that I don't want to read, I don't want you there. Just kidding. Come back and give us feedback. It was a little true, but no, I want to hear it. Come on and give us. But if you got mean things to say, stay away. But no, you come onto the forums. It's going to be fun. All right, everybody. Goodbye. We'll catch you next time.